down here in Montgomery, Alabama. Headed to Chattahoochee, Florida. Now, I am at the TA. This is Montgomery, Alabama. That, what was it, last year? No, 2022 or 23. The Montgomery Melee, the Alabama ass whooping, the Bama brawl. Yeah, that place. So I'm gonna show you a little bit as I leave. I gotta get on this back road. But I wanted to talk to you about something. Something about trucking. It weighs heavy on my spirit. In all actuality, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I either will forget or be like, y'all not interested, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And for the people that want to know, you will keep watching. For the people that don't want to know, they'll turn it off. And I urge you to share it with people that you might know that might want to do this type of stuff. I apologize for my voice in advance because I've been screaming, hollering, yelling, because I have to get rid of stress. And that's the only way I can do it when I'm out here driving. Oh, you know what? I didn't check my load. Let me check my load so you can see what I'm doing. And I'll tell you a little bit while I do that. Are you ready? Let's go. This is my load. Still tubing. Picked up out of Indiana, coming down here to Florida. I did this last week. And so that right there, I don't know if you can tell, those pieces that are like not even, I had to step on my brakes really hard. And so that's what that does. And yes, I'm going to be spitting a lot because as I talk, a lot of whatever's in my throat gets loosened up from the vibrations, and I have to spit it out. So, let's get to it. First, I would like to say this. I have been single for quite a long time. A long time. I think since like 2013, 2014. So, that's been about 10 years. So I finally found somebody last year. And what's going on now, she wanted to be in trucking. She wanted to be a truck driver. I didn't know that. But you know, she has kids, so she wants to be more involved in the back office. So during 2020, when the money was great, everybody was winning, everybody had a bag, including the PPP loans. She wanted to dispatch. because there were people talking about making $1,000 a week or more with dispatching. Well, so she called me last night pissed off. She called me last night pissed off because the stuff that this lady was trying to sell, right? I can't remember. What was the question the lady asked? She said, can I find a load and then find the driver? And the lady responded, yes. So my girl, responded to that and was like, no. Anyway, she responded to the point of where the lady blocked her, kicked her out of the live and blocked her because she was messing up her bag. So well, I doubt any lady's gonna listen to this, but just in case. So for anybody, male or woman, male or female, whatever, that wants to know about dispatching, find a truck driver. Just find a truck driver. If you're a lady, date a truck driver. There are gonna be some jerks out here who are not gonna want to tell you anything. My lady told me that she's lucky because I was nice. Like I'm not an asshole, and I don't talk a lot of shit trying to make myself better than anybody. She told me that I share the information. Like, other people, they try to sell it, or they try to, I don't want to say gatekeep, but there are truckers out here who they think they know everything. I don't know everything. But I do this. I do know this. I know bullshit when I see it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this. If you want to be a dispatcher, the best way to be a dispatcher, don't buy a course. If you're unemployed, go try to find a job with a trucking company. Because as far as dispatching goes, you're going to spend hundreds, if not, I've heard they charge up to $3,000 for a course. Now, I just know dispatching. I don't know what else is involved in that course. But dispatching, you don't need an EIN number, right? You don't need a business ID to dispatch because if you're dealing with people who have their own authority, carriers, you don't, how do I say this? You're the middleman. So like, if I call you and say, hey, look, I need a load, then if you're independent, then you're going to sign on to a load board, and then you're going to find me a load. Now, the thing about the load board is, when you call these brokers, they're going to ask for the MC number. So you can get an MC number if you want, but it's not going to do you any good because you're not a carrier. And then the next thing is you need a broker's license. Now, broker's license, you do get a DOT number. It's a little different. I don't know too much about it, but you're not a carrier, you're a broker, but you do have to get insurance, you have to be bonded, and everything else. A dispatcher is like I'm a carrier, so I'm gonna hire somebody to dispatch me. But they have to be able to access freight. So I'm gonna have to put her on a contract or on my carrier packet so she can dispatch loads for me. Why is this light not turning green? I have no idea, but you know what? I guess I'm gonna have to do the funky turnaround. I'm sorry I didn't take you back to time. That light, I don't think it's ever going to turn green. allergies down here. Yeah, as far as brokering, dispatching, I mean, you're not going to make $1,000 a week because your dispatching is all about how many people you can get to dispatch for, and then you're going to charge them. You're either going to charge them a flat rate for the week or for the month. You're going to charge them a percentage of the load, or you're going to charge them every time he takes a load that you offer. A lot of guys out here, as far as I know, because I'm one of them, a lot of these single owner operators are not going to want to pay somebody because it's cutting into their profit. I mean, it's just that simple. I get calls every day, but they're from Indian people. They're from foreigners, and they want to dispatch me. They want to dispatch. And I'm like, no, why would I pay you 5%, 3%, $150 a load, or $250 a week? That's taken out of the money. When, like, if I get a $2,000 load, and I'm not good at math, so if I get a $2,000 load, it's already costing me 3% to factor that load. So why would I pay somebody another $150 or $250 to take off of that? Now, granted, there are going to be some people who don't understand freight, and they don't understand how to pick freight. They don't know where to go. Fine, that's them. And to be honest with you, I think that's really going to be more of the foreigners out here that don't understand it. But please, don't buy these dispatching courses. I'm not going to say it's a scam, but like, just find a truck driver. Like, you know, get in one of these trucking groups. Just start asking questions. You'll get a person that's willing to talk. You know, that's why I said if you're single and y'all click, y'all get along, consider dating. Because a lot of us are lonely out here. All we want is love. We just want someone to come home to. And then you can dispatch him. But no, man. She was telling me, this lady was just saying a whole lot of wrong information, saying that you needed an EIN number to dispatch, saying that you can work a full-time job and dispatch and make $1,000 a week. No, you're not going to be able to do that. What else? So dispatching, okay, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So dispatching. So I have to fill out this thing called a carrier packet. And on the carrier packet, it asks if I have a dispatching service. So if I did, I would put my girl's name on there, right? I'll just put my girl's name on there. So that means while I'm out here, she can call and talk to a broker and negotiate a rate for me. And then when they ask her name, so this is how a call goes. So I call, right? One or two things. The first thing they're gonna ask is, what's your MC number? So you give them the MC number. And you say, I'm calling about this load from Florida to Missouri. All right. And then you're gonna say, you're gonna ask for the product. Like, what's the commodity? What's the freight? Then they're gonna run down the freight. You know, whatever it is. Steel tubing, 40 feet long, 45,000 pounds. You need 3 pieces of dunnage. You need 16 straps, blah, 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 right? They'll say all of that. Or most of the time they won't, but yeah, they'll say that. And then you say, okay, I want to get, can you do 3,500? They'll say, no, we're 2,200 firm. He's like, all right, then I'll take it. Then they're going to say, okay, what's your MC number? You give them the MC number. They say, all right, and who am I speaking with? Now, this is where it comes in at. It comes in, they say, who am I speaking with? Like, okay, who is this? You tell them your name. Now, on their screen, they have the information. They have it. So if you tell them a name and they say, okay, well, yeah, we can't give you this load right now. That's because you're not authorized to book the load. If you're authorized, they say, okay, all right, and who's the driver, right? And you say, so-and-so's the driver. Or in my case, I'll say, I'm the driver. It's like, all right, cool. And then you go from there. One day, maybe I'll make a phone call and record it so y'all can hear it. So that's how that's going to go down. And so if you're going to dispatch, you're going to have to call, you're going to have to get in touch with a lot of truck drivers that are owner-operated, that basically have their own authority. I call the ones with their own authority independent. I don't call them owner-operators, because the owner-operator can be leased on. That's my terminology. There are people out here who say they're owner-operators and they have their own authority. It's a very touchy subject for some drivers. But that's how I say it. So with every independent person, you're going to have to convince them to make you, or to put you on their carrier list, their carrier packet, as a person you can dispatch for. Right? As a person who can book the load for. Now, it can either be like the guy will have to fill out another carrier packet, or it might be a piece of paper that acts like an addendum or a power of attorney. I don't know, because I haven't done it yet. My girl's not able to book a load for me. What she does is she calls around, she'll take screenshots, she'll send it to me, and then I'll call her. And yes, I've called, so she's actually heard me call and negotiate loads before. A lot of the times, she's always on the phone with me, to where when she sends me the information, I'll call her while she's on the phone. Like she thanks me all the time. Like I've given her a lot of inside information and saved her from investing a lot of money. But it's like, I mean, people are offering too much money. There was this guy on TikTok that he was offering a dispatch course, but with it he was bundling hotshot information, how to get direct shipper freight, you know, a lot of that other stuff. Let me talk to you about direct shipper freight, right? So there's this guy, Chasing Andrew on YouTube. He made a video recently, and I was listening to him, and he's right. You can't say trucking across the board. There are so many different avenues of trucking. You have reefer, you have dry van, you have flatbed, step deck, hopper bottom, tanker, sand hauler, pneumatic. Everybody, it's all trucking, but freight pays different, and freight can be seasonal, or it can be based on construction, it can be based on oil field. Everything is different. Right? I went to flatbed because flatbed, everything is $2. Everything, at least the minimum, is $2. Except that bad year, which was like what, 21, 22, or 23. One of those years, it was like under $2, like a lot of freight. So you have that. So all freight isn't the same. All freight doesn't pay the same, and most freight has their ups and their downs. So for me, and when I'm doing flatbed, I'm pretty if I get a good not reaction. Like if a lot of people want to hear about the intricacies of this owning your own authority, dispatching, brokering, driving, finding freight, where to go with freight and all that. If y'all really want to know about it, then I'll make more videos. But I really made this video because she talks to me a lot about this. And she's fed up and frustrated because there are people out here pushing it and then don't even, they're just like, they're just scamming. They're just trying to take your money because everybody wants a second gig where you can make a lot of money. Dispatching is easy, but you have to find the people that's going to allow you to dispatch. And then you're going to have to convince them for them to put you on their carrier packet, unless you sign up with a company. You know, I signed up with a company, F1 Freight. Was it F1 Freight? Now they're a big company. I didn't have to put them. Wait a minute. No. All right. So I didn't have to put them under my carrier packet for them to dispatch for me. So what happened with them is they're big and they're also brokers. They were also they also had a broker's license. All right, hold on, wait. Here we go. Come on, let me get over here. So F1 Freight also brokered. Their selling point was they had contracted freight, they had relationships with brokers, they had direct shipper freight. They had a lot. So with them, I didn't have to put them on my carrier packet. All I had to do was pay them, right? Pay them a percentage. I think it was like 5%. So they would have dispatchers under them, right? So these people worked for F1, but they were dispatchers. But F1, the company itself, they had their broker's license. They probably had their CDL license too. But then they had people under them that would look for freight and then dispatch it to them. That's the easiest way to dispatch, is to work for a company, because they already have drivers that need it. Now this is all my experience and my information and my opinion. If someone contradicts and is like, no, you can find freight without having to be on the carrier packet, by all means, tell us. Don't charge us, tell us. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm on US 231, heading south out of Montgomery. Alright. I'm going to take 231 all the way down to Dothan, Alabama, which is about 2 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours? Yeah, about that. Alright, so that's it, people. It's starting to rain. Ain't that a bit? I can either end it here or I can just ramble on some more about dispatching. Gotta keep my tanks level. Alright. So, yeah. I don't have a problem sharing information. I'm gonna share. I'll show you what I. If you have a question, I'm gonna be like, well, this is what I would do. This is what I think, based on my experience. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you like it's a matter of fact, because freight is so friggin'. It fluctuates, right? Okay, let's talk about freight prices. My girl was saying something about, well, no, the lady that she was listening to, somebody had asked a question about where is good freight at? Like, how do you know where to go for good freight? So, I'm gonna tell you. Depending on what you're hauling. Right? So, when I did reefer, the company that I was with, Trans Am, all they hauled was meat. So I always come back to the Midwest. I would get chicken, pork, or beef. Actually, so yeah, well no, I didn't get chicken. So I would either go to the slaughterhouse and pick up the meat that's already processed. I go to the same place for a pig. Or for the chicken, I will go down to Tyson. It's already slaughtered and packaged. And then we'll take it to Walmart. That's what I did. They didn't haul produce. So meat is all year long. Meat is all year long. Produce is seasonal. And depending on where you are in the country. Like, I didn't even know Arizona and New Mexico was growing produce. But they do. I think they grow strawberries or something like that. In the Northwest, they grow produce. And so, produce season is seasonal, but so from my understanding, right, they plant in the spring. So, some have a real short growing period where you can start picking up early summer, like June. And then some you don't pick up until July, August, September, and I think maybe October. Right? Because you still have pumpkins and stuff. So, it's light. So then you have to go to where that food is. So I always came back to the Midwest and headed east. If you're going to go down to Florida and get orange juice, then you go down to Florida and then you stay somewhere around there. Now, the thing about it being seasonal, you have dead areas, right? You got to know where to go. Some people, like I remember when I first came out here, when I was with Schneider, some people will say they wouldn't go to Colorado. They're like, I don't go west of 35. I stay east of 35. And I'm like, man, but Colorado, it pays good. It's like, yeah, but there's nothing coming out. And if it does, it's heavy to pay and it's cheap. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. So you just got to get in the business or know somebody in the business. If you're willing to pay for the information, that's fine. It's just some things, certain things you have. So I think what they're doing is they're just trying to bundle everything together and make it worth what they're selling. Because in actuality, it's really not that deep and complicated. But granted, I've been doing this for 16 years. So for somebody, oh snap, I was wondering why this cat was going so slow. Yeah, it's dark. I wasn't paying attention. What was I saying? I got caught off guard. I don't know. I need to pay attention to the road because it's dark here. So I'm going to go ahead and get off. I think I gave you 30 minutes worth of helpful information for free. You didn't even have to pay $200 for it. So I hope y'all have a good day.